Imagine for a second you're in a massive concert hall. It's just completely dark, totally silent.
Okay.
Then a single spotlight comes on, and a violin plays just one clear note. It's beautiful, it just hangs there in the air.
Right, it resonates.
But now imagine the lights come all the way up, and the whole orchestra joins in. The cellos, the brass, the percussion. That single note, it's not just a sound anymore.
It's a symphony.
It's a wall of sound that you can actually feel, like in your chest.
That is such a visceral way to open, and it really captures what we're talking about today.
It's the only way I can really wrap my head around it. Because we're not just talking about, carrying a lucky rock in your pocket.
No, not at all.
We are talking about the difference between that solo instrument and a full ensemble. The power of numbers, of synergy, and what happens when you arrange stones in these really specific, almost mathematical patterns.
It's the difference between a solo act and a supergroup. Today we are diving deep into the world of Crystals by Rob. And we have this fascinating stack of material here covering, well, everything.
Everything from the physical setup of these crystal grids to the deep philosophy behind them.
And we're going even further. We're going to look at how these grids are supposedly used for distant healing.
That's the part that really made me do a double take.
Right. And also the specific kind of recipes of stones used to treat everything from a broken heart to a scattered mind.
It's a dense topic, for sure. So I guess the mission for this deep dive is to try and understand the logic behind the magic.
Exactly. How can arranging a community of stones, I love that phrase from the source, how can that amplify your intention and manifest your desires?
And transmit energy across the world without you even being in the room. I am so ready to unpack this.
Let's do it.
We're both enthusiasts, but the way this source describes it, it's surprisingly structured. It feels almost like engineering. So let's start at ground zero. What is a crystal grid?
Okay, so if you just walk into a room, you would definitely know you're looking at one.
It's not just a messy table.
No, it's all about the design. The definition from Crystals by Rob is that it's a special, deliberate arrangement of crystals, stones, and sometimes, things from nature.
All laid out with a specific goal in mind.
A specific driving intention. That's the key.
That phrase you mentioned before, communities of crystals, really stuck with me. It sounds like they're all talking to each other.
That is the core idea. Communities of crystals living together. The source argues that while, a single crystal has its own energy, its own note, to use your metaphor, a group of them amplifies each other.
Like a feedback loop.
Exactly, a feedback loop. They strengthen themselves. It's that power in numbers thing.
So if I have one piece of amethyst, that's the violin. Then if I have that amethyst surrounded by clear quartz in a specific shape.
That's the symphony.
Yeah.
And the sheet music for that symphony is what the source calls sacred geometry.
Okay, so they're not just random placement.
Not at all. You don't just dump them out of a bag. The source explains that these patterns, circles, spirals, the flower of life, they're what it calls energetic visuals.
Energetic visuals. What does that mean in practice?
Well, the idea is that we look to nature's designs. Think of a sunflower or a snowflake.
The spirals in a shell.
Right. When you create those patterns with crystals, the claim is they release a palpable frequency. It creates this unique synergy, a vibrational blueprint that you can absorb and emulate.
I love that word, emulated. So by changing the physical pattern of your environment, you're kind of forcing your own internal energy to match it.
Like a tuning fork.
Yeah.
You strike the grid, and your own energy starts to vibrate at that same pitch. You're building an external model of the internal state you want.
Okay, so practically, if someone listening wants to build one, are there strict rules? Do I need a protractor?
I was wondering that too, because the source mentions things like memberships and mastery courses.
Which makes it sound complex.
It can be. But what I love is that it explicitly states there are no real hard rules.
Really? That surprises me.
It emphasizes intuition over being rigid. It says it's best to let your intuition guide you. So while you can use pre-made boards with the designs on them,
You don't have to.
you don't have to. I saw a note about using twigs and flowers and leaves.
Literally.
Literally, you're painting with nature. The source is clear. There is no wrong way to do it. But,
There's always a but.
and this is a massive but, there is one thing you absolutely cannot get wrong.
The intention.
The intention. The source calls it the most important aspect. You can have the rarest crystals in a perfect pattern, but without the right intention, it's just a pretty centerpiece.
So the stones are the hardware, the geometry is the circuit board.
And the intention is the electricity. It's the software and the power source.
Yeah.
And the source is very specific about what makes an intention work.
It can't just be vague, like, I want to be happy.
No, it has to be clear, positive, and felt deep within your heart. You have to feel the outcome like it's already happened. But there's another rule here that I found really interesting.
What's that?
The intention must be about you.
Meaning I can't set up a grid to make my boss be nicer to me.
Exactly. The source advises against it. It's not about controlling other people. It's about your energy, your protection, your self-manifestation.
That's a really important distinction. It makes it more of a meditative practice for yourself, not a spell on someone else.
It totally empowers the user. The text calls the whole process a spectacular moment for focused health and manifestation.
A spectacular moment. I love that. It frames it like an event, a ceremony.
It is an event. You're basically turning up the volume on your desire. You are physically building it into 3D space.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the build. We have our crystals, our intention. How do we assemble this thing? The source mentions a central focus stone.
Yes, that's the anchor. It's usually placed right in the center of the pattern. Its whole job is to anchor the intention. It's the hub of the wheel.
So does that go in first or last?
The process is layered. First, you select your supporting crystals. And the source says to do this intuitively based on what you need emotionally.
So just what you're drawn to.
Right. Then you arrange them in the geometric pattern, and after that you place the central stone to lock it all in.
And once it's built, is it just on?
Not quite.
Right.
You have to activate it.
Right, like flipping a switch.
Exactly. The source lists a few ways. You can use your breath, literally breathe life into it. You can use visualization, imagining light connecting all the stones. Or if you're trained, you can use Reiki.
So you turn it on, and then it just radiates.
It radiates that healing energy continuously. It holds the note so you don't have to.
That's the setup if I'm doing it at home. But we have to tackle this other part, the distant chakra crystal grids healing.
This is where we have to expand our definition of connection.
We're talking about bypassing physics here. It says you can do this for someone in another country.
Well, the whole premise is based on a core concept in energy work. Energy is not limited by physical location.
Okay, walk me through that. I'm in New York. The grid is in Utah. How does the energy get to me?
The source describes the grid as a channel. It focuses the intention, the crystal frequency, and universal energy toward a recipient. The idea is that intention creates a bridge.
It's like quantum entanglement for spirituality.
That's a great way to put it. The grid is the transmitter, you're the receiver. But what's fascinating is the process. It's not vague at all.
No, I saw the service details. There's a Zoom meeting.
It's very modern. You set up a time, you have a consultation for 20 or 30 minutes, and you collaborate on the design. He doesn't just guess what you need.
So you build the strategy together. And then what?
He builds it, and here's the part that I think solidifies the connection for the person receiving it. He sends you a photo of the setup for your approval.
Oh, that's interesting. So you have to visually connect with it first?
Exactly. Once you approve it, he activates it. And these grids are usually set up for a specific time, like 2 weeks.
2 weeks of continuous energy broadcasting, and they ask for a photo of you, right?
Yes, a photo is physically placed inside the setup, usually under the central stone. It acts like a targeting beacon, to focus the energy.
It's amazing how it blends this ancient idea with digital photos and Zoom calls.
It makes it tangible. It acknowledges we live in a digital world, but our energetic needs are still primal.
Okay, but let's talk about the medicine cabinet. What are we actually putting in these grids?
Right, the source gives us a whole pharmacopoeia of stones. It's not one size fits all. It lists common crystal pairings.
This is helpful. Let's do a quick game. I'll give you a problem. You tell me the crystal prescription from the source.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, scenario 1. I'm going through a bad breakup. My heart is hurting. I'm a mess. What's in the grid?
For emotional healing, the source points to a classic, rose quartz. But it pairs it with lepidolite and rhodochrosite.
Okay, I know rose quartz is the love stone. Why the other two?
It's that synergy again. Rose quartz is the gentle hug. But lepidolite contains lithium. It's known for calming anxiety. It steadies the nerves. And rhodochrosite is for emotional release, for getting the pain out.
So one soothes, one stabilizes, one purges. I get it.
The whole support system for the heart.
Okay, next one. I feel like I'm floating away. I'm anxious, scatterbrained, can't focus. I need to feel solid.
You need grounding. For that, the source says black tourmaline, smoky quartz, and hematite.
Ah, the heavy hitters. I keep black tourmaline by my computer.
It's the shield, right?
Yeah.
Energetic protection. Smoky quartz helps clear the mental fog, and hematite is just It's heavy. It's an iron stone. It's like an anchor. It pulls your energy right back down into your body.
Got it. What about it just bad vibes? My apartment feels heavy, the air is thick.
Or cleansing. For that, you want selenite, amethyst, and blue kyanite. Selenite is often described as liquid light. It just sweeps the energy clean.
And blue kyanite.
Blue kyanite is cool because the source says it doesn't hold negative energy, so it never needs cleaning itself, like a pure alignment tool.
Okay, one more. I'm feeling spiritually blocked, stuck in the mundane.
Then you're looking for celestite and angelite.
The names kind of give those away.
They really do. They're both soft blue stones associated with the upper chakras. They're all about connecting to the celestial, the angelic, opening up the communication lines.
It really is like a recipe book. You're mixing ingredients for a specific energetic flavor.
Exactly. It's a complex dish designed for a specific need.
But this is the big question. Does it actually do anything tangible? I mean, the source lists actual physical sensations, doesn't it?
It does. And this is where it moves from philosophy to actual experience. It claims that during or after a session, you might feel real effects in your body.
What kind of effects?
Well, warmth is a big one. Or tingling. That's a really common report in any kind of energy work.
Yeah, the energy tingles. Like a shiver, but you're not cold.
Yes. But it also lists sudden clarity or lightness, like a weight is lifted, or emotional softness or release. You might start crying for no reason.
And what was the one about cravings?
Oh yeah, deep cravings for rest or for water.
Water. That's so specific.
The idea is that moving all that energy is taxing on the physical body. Your body is processing a major shift.
And there's a timeline, right? It's not an instant fix.
No, it mentions an integration period. The energy keeps integrating for 24 to 72 hours after the session.
So you might get an energy hangover. Or the opposite of a hangover.
Integration is the polite word, yeah.
Yes.
You might need more sleep. But the point is, your body notices the shift. It's a process.
So the grid is more of a catalyst than a magic wand.
That's the perfect way to put it. It provides the blueprint,
Yeah.
but your body has to do the work of inhabiting that new structure.
So we've covered the what, the how, the why. We've got our community of stones, our central focus, our intention, all possibly operating over Zoom.
We've seen how it scales from your desk to a healing session across time zones.
It's just a fascinating blend of the tangible and the intangible. And whether you look at it as spiritual or purely psychological, you're still stopping, focusing, and changing your environment to change your mindset.
That's the common thread. You're altering the vibrational blueprint of your space to signal to your brain and body that something is different. You're creating a space for change.
You know, before we wrap up, there was one little detail in the source material that I can't stop thinking about.
What was that?
It mentions Book of Shadows, pages, and digital memberships. It talks about downloading and printing forms.
Yeah.
It just strikes me, we're talking about sacred geometry, this ancient primal thing, but we're getting it through PDF downloads and Zoom calls.
That's a great observation. The medium changes.
But it makes me wonder, if a crystal grid creates a network of energy, isn't the internet just another kind of grid? If we can connect our intentions with stones, maybe technology is just the modern version of that same geometry, connecting all of us across the globe.
That is a profound thought. Maybe the screen you're looking at right now is just another type of central focus stone, anchoring a massive global intention.
Something to meditate on while you pick out your next piece of rose quartz. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
It was a pleasure to unpack all this with you.
We'll catch you on the next one.